Hello and welcome to ESATV, your best source for the latest news, trends, and interviews with leaders from the energy storage industry. In this episode, we'll bring you insights and updates from the U.S. Energy Storage Association, as well as an in-depth interview from a global technology leader in energy storage solutions, Doosan GridTech. To kick things off, let's talk to the interim CEO of ESA, Jason Berwin. Jason, thanks for being with us.
Hey, Courtney, thanks for having me here.
So as we begin this new decade, what are the unique opportunities that energy storage presents to the U.S. economy, our energy infrastructure, and decarbonization?
Absolutely. That's what I think makes this the charging 20s. There are so many opportunities here, and it's really this twin set of challenges of decarbonization and resilience together where energy storage is going to be playing a really significant role, right? Our infrastructure is faced with the challenge of adapting to weather extremes for which it wasn't designed. And we're seeing the proliferation of storage, customer-sided storage, for example, but also grid storage that is there to make our infrastructure more resilient to things like outages we've seen in Texas this year, wildfires in California that we've seen previously, hurricanes in Puerto Rico. This is just a trend of what's to come. And frankly, using energy storage is going to be central to making our electric system more resilient. In addition, of course, we see that in the effort to decarbonize our power system, there's a lot more electrification, not just of transportation either, although of course that will be the most of it, but also things like buildings and heat. And in order to do that, we're also going to need more forms of energy storage, not combusting fuels, in order to electrify our economy. And guess what? An electrified economy is also one where electric resilience becomes even more critical. And energy storage and the software to control it is going to be the central enabling technology for that massive coordination between the power system, the transportation system, buildings, and other parts of our infrastructure. And then, of course, the most significant work in many respects of this decade ahead is decarbonizing. And we are doing that with energy storage. On the generation side, turning carbon-free sources of energy like solar and wind power into reliably round-the-clock delivered energy. On the end user side, making sure that we are we are able to use the demand of our buildings and our facilities to interact with the grid system. And with those two things together, being able to be more harmonized with energy storage, we'll be able to unlock decarbonization at the pace that is necessary over the next decade.
That sounds like a really exciting future. So how is ESA supporting its members across the storage decade?
Well, ESA does three things. We accelerate markets, we connect our members, and we educate stakeholders. So in working to accelerate markets, ESA is working to grow our industry, which is projected to be a $7.5 billion annual market in 2025, according to the latest Energy Storage Monitor report from Wood Mackenzie. And we're going to get there and perhaps exceed it by promoting policies like the investment tax credit for energy storage. That is the storage ITC that we keep hearing about. That will accelerate our growth significantly. We're, of course, working to connect our members in many ways through virtual and in-person events and networking opportunities within our member portal online. Our members cross multiple industries and technologies, from grid operators and co-ops to supply chain manufacturers, system integrators, project developers, and analysts. And we cover the entire life cycle of the energy storage system from funding to implementation. So that provides an enormous community for you and other folks in the industry to be able to talk to and do business with through ESA. And then finally, ESA works to educate stakeholders about energy storage. So for example, not just our own members, but the entire energy community has an enormous amount to learn about the benefits of energy storage. So whether working in tandem with solar and wind hybrid installations, or as a standalone facility in front of the meter or behind the meter, or across the different technologies, energy storage has the capacity to provide clean electricity. ESA is hosting webinars, virtual and in-person seminars, and our keystone events to provide educational and networking opportunities for our members and the broader storage industry. We offer, of course, the premier conference on energy storage in North America through our annual Energy Storage Conference and Expo, or ESACon, which this year is going to be held in Phoenix in December. I am really looking forward to seeing you and everyone else in the energy storage industry in person in Phoenix. Obviously, there's a lot to do on business development and networking and educational opportunities that you cannot get anywhere else. But I'm also just really excited to see you and so many of my colleagues across this industry and get back to business with our expo hall and our keynotes and our educational sessions. We'll be doing everything we can to keep you safe and adhering to CDC recommendations. So we hope you will join us in Phoenix this December 1st through 3rd, where we can see what's coming next in the storage decade.
It's definitely an exciting time at ESA. Thank you, Jason, for spending some time with us. ESA offers a wealth of programs to benefit companies and professionals in the energy storage industry. To give us the inside scoop, we welcome Brenda Lovell, Membership Director at ESA. Thanks for joining us, Brenda.
Thank you, Courtney.
What type of companies belong to ESA, and what do they bring to the industry storage industry?
Well, as you know, energy storage is a critical hub for the entire grid. It is an incredibly diverse asset, and ESA's membership reflects that same diversity. Our members are grid operators, manufacturers, implementers, corporate users, and those that support the industry, such as investors, insurance, and legal firms. So when you join ESA, you are supported by the entire energy storage ecosystem, so to speak. This wide spectrum of companies is what makes ESA's voice in advocating for energy storage so powerful and impactful.
For those who are thinking about joining ESA, what benefits can they expect by becoming a member?
Well, most companies join ESA for one of three reasons. Either they want to engage in energy storage policy and market advancement, they want to promote their business, or they want to learn about new practices and technologies. For the first group, the latest on policy and market activities, our members receive email alerts on critical legislation impacting the energy storage industry. In addition, members receive monthly emails summarizing relevant federal, state, and wholesale market activity. And finally, members receive quarterly executive summaries of Wood Mackenzie's U.S. Energy Storage Monitor. For those wanting to promote their business, they can do so in a variety of ways. They can volunteer to speak at our webinars or conferences, and they can participate in our ESA Speakers Bureau. If they can respond to RFPs listed in our member portal. And finally, members that want to promote their business can take advantage of our sponsorship program, both online and at Keystone events at a discount because they're members. And if you've done a great job of promoting your business and you're growing, well, we're here to help you as well there. Because if you're looking to hire employees, our Career Center can be of help. For the last area, for those that join us to learn about new practices and technologies, education about those is key to our mission. And our members have access to complimentary monthly webinars and receive discounts on ESA seminars and Keystone events. These are just a sampling of the benefits you receive as a member. Feel free to contact me and we can discuss how ESA can be of support to your company.
For companies new to energy storage, how can they get up to speed in the industry?
First of all, become a member. Seriously. Anyway, ESA has great resources to support your entry into the world of energy storage, and here's 4 to start with. First, check out the resources tab on ESA's website. You'll find research and industry reports, case studies, and even virtual site tours. 2, download executive summaries of quarterly reports from Wood Mackenzie, called the U.S. Energy Storage Monitor, and Customized Energy Solutions Storage IQ. These will allow you to learn about what the markets and regulatory environment look like for energy storage. Third idea is to attend events. Our Transforming the Grid seminar covers all the basics, and ESA's annual conference has Energy Storage 101 and Energy Storage 201 components. And then, of course, we have monthly webinars on a variety of topical areas. And the last key is to network, whether it's at events or reaching out to another member through the portal. Connect to learn more from others who can support your entry into the industry.
All valid points, Brenda. Staying connected has never been more important in the energy industry. You and ESA are doing a fantastic job of keeping industry professionals in touch and in the know. Thank you for speaking with us today.
Thank you so much, Courtney.
ESA has several upcoming opportunities for education and connection with ESA and other energy storage industry insiders. On June 15th, we have a member-exclusive deep dive into the U.S. Energy Storage Monitor second quarter report, the leading market report for the energy storage industry. Speak directly with experts from Wood Mackenzie and ESA on the latest updates to growth and opportunity in the United States. June 16th and 17th, join ESA for a virtual seminar, Transforming the Grid, Planning and Implementing Energy Storage, specifically designed for utility planners, regulators, and industry insiders. The seminar will take place over 2 days, noon to 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Join us to discuss approaches and frameworks for planning, methods, and models for investment, procurement processes and transactions, and regulation, rules, and requirements. June 23rd, ESA's webinar, Keep It Going, the growing market for long-duration storage, will explore the future of long-duration energy storage markets. July 14th, ESA will host a webinar on storage plus solar, diving deep into one of the most popular hybrid energy solutions. Stay tuned after the webinar for a networking session led by SunGrow, the world's most bankable inverter brand, and a leader in the research and development of solar inverters and energy storage systems. In Q3, keep an eye out for more programming. ESA will expand the Storage Plus Solar webinar into a full workshop and host a deep dive into the third quarter Energy Storage Monitor for ESA members, as well as more educational webinars. December 1st through 3rd, join ESA back in person in Phoenix, Arizona for ESACon 21. We'll see you in Phoenix.
A global technology leader, Doosan Grid Tech delivers energy storage solutions for a resilient electric grid. And we're happy to speak with them today. Troy Neergaard, CEO at Doosan Grid Tech, joins us. And Troy, welcome to ESATV. How are you in 2021?
Good. Glad to be here.
We caught up with you last year when you had recently taken over the reins of Doosan Grid Tech at a key point in its trajectory. Now that a year has passed, what are some of the strides your team has made, and where do you see Doosan's sweet spot as the industry matures?
Well, what a year it's been. Definitely have a few additional gray hairs. But, us, the team at Grid Tech has spent a lot of focused time working on our strategy and efficiency. I'm very proud of our team for breaking into the IPP space with 200 megawatt jobs. The first is the largest in Queensland, Australia, for Vina Energy. And the other, for AbleGrid, is the largest standalone storage currently in progress in ERCOT, and that's called Chisholm Grid. We're also working on a DC-coupled solar plus storage project in the Northeast. And our backlog next year looks just as promising, with 2 to 3 projects breaking the 100 megawatt barrier, all of which are currently in negotiation. In all of our projects, we're demonstrating our ability to be nimble in our relationships with our clients and our willingness to work with them and to approach project risk in everyone's interests. For instance, we can run the job as a EPC or take on various pieces of it, such as handling ESS design and delivery or installing our market-leading energy management system. Whatever suits our clients' needs, we can adapt and be ready to solve their problems. With an energy landscape demanding higher complexity, the most progressive industry players know they can't always rely on cookie-cutter approaches. Those looking farther out demand flexible scopes of work and risk-sharing options with their system integrators. And we have designed our business to deliver those choices efficiently and reliably. Our sweet spot has, and will continue to be, in our flexibility, both in client relationships as well as our design and development of our EMS and what I might call our have it your way customer choice options.
What makes Doosan Grid Tech an attractive option for power systems engineers and software developers who are seeking to join this emerging industry?
Well, across our offices in the US, Australia, and South Korea, we have a highly diverse range of talent coming from different cultures and experiences. That combined with our company culture, with its earliest roots grounded in humility and acceptance, leads to tight collaboration and inventive solutions for challenges faced by our clients. We have employees who admit that they've come to us to get out of the red tape from larger companies. We have others who join because they want to help solve the world's energy problems firsthand. An emerging industry requires an agile company like ours, where team members collaborate and create immediate impact to solve tricky customer problems. The Grid Tech team has the opportunity to work directly with our market-leading controls technology on some of the largest scale energy storage systems, whether in design and delivery or on the software side with our machine learning algorithms. And for those listening, we would love to have you join us.
Describe the advantages of working with Doosan Grid Tech for those utilities, IPPs, and solar developers looking to tackle the next frontier in energy storage.
Flexibility, flexibility, flexibility. It's kind of might sound like a broken record, but that's really, we offer it in everything we do, from scope, work, to vendor options, to software capability. The next frontier of energy storage will require more complex algorithms, there's no doubt, and the ability to evolve with the unpredictable energy landscape. We have the platform, expertise, and customer-focused mentality to support such a changing market. Simply put, we want to bring more renewables onto the grid, profitably and reliably. And we want our clients to have the freedom to design an operating intelligence that will serve them now and into the future.
Let's zoom out for a minute. What is your vision for energy storage over the next decade?
Oh, great question. My vision for energy storage is to become almost ubiquitous, at least for utility and industrial scale, and ultimately play a major role in the cleaning of the electric grid. We have no choice but to significantly increase our renewable generation over the next 10 years. In order to maintain reliability, storage will need to be deployed alongside most of those new renewables. Storage will also improve the resiliency of the grid and help solve some of the issues we're facing today, such as the California blackouts and the problems in Texas. And lastly, the economics of solar plus storage, or wind plus storage for that matter, will be such that there's no way carbon-based generation can compete.
In the pursuit of the goal, 100 gigawatts by 2030, what will contribute the most to achieving this goal? And what are the biggest impediments?
Yeah, it's certainly a worthy goal that ESA is behind, and I know Doosan will be ready to help you meet it. It will likely be a combination of policy, technology, and price, but policy is likely the most important. In massive efforts such as transforming the electric grid, technology, policy, and economics tend to be interwoven. Policies such as the storage ICC must be in place to kickstart technology development and deployment. And as more systems get in the ground and technology becomes more mature, prices will come down and ultimately policy can be adjusted. Some of the impediments that I see will probably be the speed at which policy can be defined and adopted. I'm also concerned about that politics, distinguishing that from policy, could get in the way. Climate change needs to be a bipartisan issue. So let's come together and make it happen.
A lot of developments in 2021, and a lot is in store for the future. Thank you, Troy, for joining us and sharing your perspective.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me again this year. I really appreciate it.
It's time now to see what's happening at ESA and get an update from ESA's Sales Director, Justin Aquilante. To get feedback on the recent virtual ESACon 21 that happened in April, the recent launch of the e-marketplace for sponsors, as well what we can expect at the upcoming Phoenix ESACon 21, December 1st through the 3rd.
Thank you, Courtney. Virtual ESACon 21 held in April was a tremendous success. Over 2,000 attendees enjoyed 2 days of education, content, and networking. April also launched ESA's e-marketplace, where companies who are engaged in sponsorship for the 2021 calendar year through our new annualized sponsorship plan launched their individual marketplace pages. Sponsor companies taking advantage of this benefit house critical details about their company, products, services, case studies, and much more on the Energy Storage Association's main website. In addition, these companies are also highlighted on corresponding pages within the site that addresses specific areas of storage that ESA provides information on, connecting the critical dots for visitors to the ESA site interested in particular sectors of storage with a company that provides products or services in that area. The e-marketplace goal, as well as our overall goal of annualized sponsorship offering, leverages all of the outlets and resources ESA has to offer, enabling the sponsor to maximize their exposure to the ESA community. The ESA team is preparing for the Phoenix ESACon 21, bringing everyone back together in person for our annual 3-day conference. Currently, over 60 companies are engaged as sponsors or exhibitors, and we expect this number to steadily climb as we get closer to the fall. To participate in the Phoenix ESACon 21, please visit our website at energystorage.org and click on the Events tab. You will find information on the Expo Hall, as well as the form to connect you with us if you're interested in sponsorship at the event. A few exclusive opportunities still remain, including the opening reception host and the Taste of Phoenix host, two of our signature networking events. Get in front of your colleagues with high-value visibility. If you're interested in learning more, please do not hesitate in contacting me directly. We are excited about the direction of the conference in December and look forward to seeing you in person in Phoenix on December 1st to 3rd. Visit energystorage.org for more information on how to sponsor, exhibit, and register for the conference.
That's it for this episode of ESA TV. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.